I wanted to show you this that I made. I think it's getting close to a year ago now. It's made from one very long knitted I-cord that I folded and then crocheted together. Ever since I made it, I've been wanting to make a purse the same way. So that's what I'm gonna start doing today. But I'm definitely taking this off before I get started. I have these yarns that have just been in my stash. They're cotton. I don't knit a lot with cotton because I'm not really a big fan of it. But I think the colors can go together. So I'll just go for using this. I think I'm gonna be using the green for the I-cord and the orange for the crochet. I'm not gonna be using both of these colors, but I'm just postponing the decision until I can see which one will look the best. So I'm just gonna start making the I-cord, and I hope I can get it done in one day, because I have this I-cord knitting machine, which I bought on an impulse when I made my scarf, and then I have barely used it since, and I feel really bad about it, so I owe the planet and my conscience to use it. This is really monotonous work. Yeah. I have not just been sitting in the same place for the last 4 hours, I promise. I even went on a walk, which was nice because it's sunny. But I've finished my first skein of yarn, so decisions need to be made. Should I go for just continuing with the same color and then add this color at the end? Or should I go for this color now and then this color again at the end, which will make more of a striped effect kind of thing? I don't know. So I drew my two options. This is how they look. Then I discussed it with my boyfriend, and I had a dinner, which helps with decision making, let's be honest. And I concluded on this one. So I didn't finish the I-cord yesterday, which is probably not a surprise for you. I could have finished if I had started earlier in the day and really gone for it, but I chose the comfortable way and I'm happy with it. So this is where we're at. I've just started a bit with the other green color. So today I am gonna finish the I-cord, and I thought it would be nice to go sit a bit outside because the weather is really nice today too. The I-cord is done, so it's unwinding time. This requires more patience than I expected it to. Thinking about what we've been through. The world can be a lonely place. Baby, I'm so glad that I found you. Now I got someone to embrace. My I-cord is 14 meters long, and I'm gonna check if that's long enough, because it might not be. Here I have drawn the minimum size I would want for the purse, so 20 centimeters width, 13 centimeters height, and 4 centimeters depth. I do have a purse with those measurements, and it works. I can fit my phone, my wallet, and my sunglasses, and my keys. So this would be the bottom of the purse, and then I'm just gonna take some more I-cord and just start wrapping it upwards. So one round needs this amount of yarn, and I also have this part here for the bottom. So now I can see how many rounds I can do. Let's see, 2 and 19. That was more than expected. How many centimeters will 19 rounds be? That's the question now. That's about 14 centimeters when I squeeze them a bit together, which they will be when I crochet them together anyway, so that's perfect actually. I'm not used to having this kind of luck in my projects, so I can't help but feel that there is something I've forgotten to take into account. It's time to start crocheting the I-cord together. And the time has also come to choose between these two oranges, and I realized that I like this more, so yeah, I'm going with this one. To be honest, the crocheting part is kinda tedious, so I've moved to the table where I can have my laptop and watch something, because I'm currently moving. If you've seen my last video, you'll know, so the TV is gone. The TV moved before me. Yeah.
I have started crocheting the bottom together, and I will repeat this across the whole piece.
So this is the bottom of the purse. Every one of these crochets uses their individual strand of yarn, so that's why there are so many of them. And I've left about 80 centimeters down here so that I can continue using the same yarn, the same strand. Here's what I'm gonna do now. I will take this I-cord and start laying it around, and then I will put it on top of the I-cords at the edges to start working the purse upwards. And on this side here, I will have to do new strands of yarn for the crochets, and also at the short edges. But on this side, I will keep using the same strands of yarn. So the crochet will just be a continuation from the bottom and then up the side of the purse. And then I will just keep working around and around and around with the I-cord until I run out of it.
In case you want to make this purse, here is a more detailed shot of what I did at the edges. I did one stitch around the I-cord that was already in place before I did a new stitch to attach the new part of the I-cord. On this side, I used a new strand of yarn, so I attached that one first before doing a stitch around the I-cord. On this side, I could continue with the yarn I used for the bottom, but that required me to first do one stitch through the loop here to make sure I got the angle I needed for the purse before I continued with the new I-cord.
The mess has gotten worse. Now I've reached the part where I'll just keep working in the round until I'm done, basically.
Under the willow tree, the last weekend of summer, the empire at our fingertips, the autumn to discover. If I would have had the worthiness to be the perfect lover.
So I have officially moved, and you're currently looking at my new favorite corner of anywhere I've ever lived. It's my plant shelf. I've spent a day sowing lots of different seeds, and in a couple of weeks I will have salads and herbs and lots of stuff to just go take from my shelf. So here's the current plan. First, I will do like this. I will take this unfinished crochet loop and just pull it out so they don't start unravel. Then I will unravel the rest of this I-cord to this point. I will continue working the I-cord in this orange yarn to make the strap. Okay, so this is one of the sides. I will here change to orange and then just keep working the I-cord. Pretend that this is orange instead. Wait, maybe it should be green. Maybe I can just... 2 seconds. Wouldn't this be nice with just the green continuing? And in the details it would be like this green I-cord on top just continuing to make the strap. This looks so nice and clean. And you can just see how this I-cord will just continue to the strap. So my purse could have been done now, actually. But I've decided to add a lining and a zipper. So the way I'm gonna do this is to take the measurements from all sides of the purse, so the bottom and all 4 sides, and also the top for the zipper. Yeah, probably. And I'm gonna draw them onto some paper before transferring it to this scrap fabric that I have. And remember to do the inside measurements of the purse. So here are my pattern pieces, and here in fabric, I started by locking in all the edges, which isn't strictly necessary because they're the lining, so it's gonna be like between the fabric and the purse. But it just feels better to have done it, so I did it. And now it's the zipper. Here it is, and now I'm gonna put it on top of this other piece of fabric, right sides together, and so seam down here. Now it's got the sides, so 2 big ones and 2 narrow ones. I'm not really sure about the best way to do the bottom. Maybe I should have done it earlier. I don't know. So yeah, I'll just do one of the long sides first and then see what happens. I barely had time to finish this yesterday before having visitors for dinner, and I just sewed the top the same way as the bottom. So it looks like this now. And yeah, I felt so clumsy sewing this, and it's not my best work. It's not. But all the parts I don't like are gonna be hidden, so it's fine. And now I will hand stitch it in place. So that can't go wrong, right? It's done. And I think it's actually surprisingly wearable considering how colorful it is. When I have time, I will improve it a tiny bit on the inside because this seam allowance is very visible, and also this from the zipper. The rest of the inside looks great. The bottom looks great, no seams. So if I would have redone it, I think I would have done the top right sides together as well to have the seam allowance on the outside, because I would have been able to hide it underneath here while sewing it in. I think I'll be able to make it good on the inside anyway by putting the seam allowance under the zipper like this, and then adding some fabric just at the corners, one square on each side, just to hide it, and I will hand stitch it in place. But that's it. Otherwise, I'm very happy with it. And I hope you liked watching me make it, and I hope I will see you next time.